world of tankers, welcome back to the channel. I am just here for a good time, and hopefully you are as well. Today's replay pretty much is going to be about the brand new tank, the Project Murat. Yes, it is quite enjoyable, and there's quite a few out there on the battlefield, but I think there's not enough of them. Ladies and gentlemen, this tank is fantastic. If you love the Barask, if you love the playstyle of the Barask, you are going to enjoy Tier 7 to Tier 10. These tanks are phenomenal, even though their size is quite large, but the gun is what makes this thing special, and a few other things about the tank. Let's get stuck into those stats really quick, and then we're going to check out the armor profile since it is a new vehicle, and show you a little bit about its armor profile, where to shoot, and how to take it out. And of course, we have a couple of replays to show you different play styles. Alrighty, we're going to start off with the mechanics. This vehicle does have the same ability that the 1B, the Yo, and a few other tanks have in the game, called Emergency Track. This basically allows the tank to move backwards when it's been tracked at a certain miles per hour, and allows you to get away from getting shot again. Now, it is slow, but it is useful. Of course, still take your repair kit, just in case if there's more than one vehicle in front of you, and you know you can't take more hits, and use that repair kit and get out of there faster. But that effectively does help you be a bit more confident in poking, because you're still able to back up if you do get hit and tracked. This tank is great at poking and sniping at players who are unaware of what's going on and ambushing them from the sides or even the rear. The armor of the vehicle isn't bad. The turret feels great. It feels like the old days of the Vickers Light. The hull and the sides of the turret and the rear aren't too great. If you have enough HE pen, I definitely would recommend going through the sides, the rear of the vehicle. The view range, it's alright at 312. The concealment, well, it's not bad for the size that it is, but it is quite large. It's surprisingly sneaky for how large it actually is. Potential of this vehicle damage per minute, 2,700. is pretty phenomenal, especially for this kind of vehicle, with a 14-second reload for that entire clip. With the 2.4 second reload, every single shell that you fire, there's 2 shells in that magazine, of course, just like the Barask. The Tier 9 is that way, the Tier 8, and the Tier 7 are all like that. The penetration, honestly, I feel like the penetration is quite good. I feel like I can reliably shoot heavy tanks at a distance and up close. If I need to, I'll load up that heat and pen through thicker parts of armor like it's butter. And that damage is absolutely phenomenal. 370, 310, and 430. Even though I feel like most of the time I'm running about 390, 330, and HE. Well, that depends if you pen or not. The aim time, 2.7, feels great for a tank that needs a little bit of balance to keep it from being able to constantly just snap at people. But still, you're snapping at people. The dispersion doesn't feel like it's that number of 0.32. It feels like it's maybe a 3 or a 2.9. The gun depression, 9 degrees of gun depression, honestly, not bad. It's great. You can go into certain places, play hold down, and use your armor, which I'll show you in the armor profile, that its upper body is quite hefty versus itself and a few other tanks. But of course, watch out for people who do load that premium. They're going to go butter right through you. Movability is pretty fantastic. Honestly, I think this tank gets around very well, especially with that emergency track, adding that mobility to be able to get out of a situation if you are tracked. The average speed, 37. Yes and no. The only thing is that it does struggle with is soft terrain and going up hills, or you're kind of on a hill. you're going to struggle. This thing especially struggles anywhere near water. It feels like a T95 in the water. And that can be very frustrating, especially trying to avoid gunshots if someone is also chasing you down, or you're kind of in a situation of reloading. Anyways, that's a little bit about the stats there. Let's go check out what the armor profile does look like in World of Tanks Inspector. Alrighty, here we are in World of Tanks Inspector, looking at the Project Murat for Blitz, and we're going to be using a Project Murat to face it, so it is the same gun, same penetration, and everything else. I will turn off calibrated shells here. Anyways, as you can tell, that lower plate is huge, absolutely huge, so take advantage of that lower plate and shoot the heck out of it. I mean, that's probably double the size of the E100's lower plate, and we all thought that was a big lower plate. Man, this thing is huge. You can see that from a mile away. So 183 players, I encourage you, slap it. Anyways, guys, there are a few weak spots. There is a glitch here saying that you can pen right here. That is always red, actually. It's trying to get the inside of the vehicle, but I have shot there a few times in a test room. It doesn't really pen, except for that little tiny bar across here. And the cheeks, yes, you can pen, but most of the time you are going to be seeing more, can't really cut this off, but kind of where my mouse is, where that gun depression, you're going to be mostly seeing here, and the little bars, and that little tiny hatch area. And so when you're going to be dealing with that guy, try to hit those areas, but it is going to be hard, because it's kind of like the Vickers when it first started, where it's just moving constantly, and it's a little bit harder, especially for players who don't have the greatest aim. For anyone who can snapshot really well, you're having a wonderful day. Its armor sideways isn't great. Heat rounds, your turret is even better, but you do have more spots on the sides here, and of course you're going through the front no matter what. Here you're gonna go through, of course, and of course the rear. Now, I do want to select, let's see here, for any of you Hesh-loving mother truckers, we are going to grab him. Alright, so 183 to a Project Murat. Wow, it looks like Jesus is coming with how bright that is. Anyways, guys, if you're a 183 player and you have a shot on this guy, boom, dead. I mean, you have the chance of cleaning this tank with one shot. Even if you don't hit that, you could hit up here and one shot up there. You can almost one shot on this area. Of course, the sides, you're going to be one shotting it. Boom, boom. So, HE, this thing is pretty HE-able. Let's go take a look at, alright, AP, of course, you're going to be going through quite crazy. But HE-wise, it's not the best, but you could still have a chance to be able to do quite a bit of splash damage. Now, when you get the side of the vehicle, boom, 100%, 50 millimeters armor, you can roll for 750. The rear, of course, and the back of the turret. So make sure you maximize your HE potential when you have a chance to shoot this thing. Alright, we're going to be playing on Himmelsdorf for the first match. This is actually going to be my first ace in this tank. We're going to be playing Supremacy. It is nice seeing these new maps back into, well, not new, but these older maps that have been in the game for quite some time back into the rotation. I love this map and a few other maps that are out there. They have great play styles and a lot of sneaky places that you can do, especially Yukon at this map. Anyways, we're going to be going for C here because you want to get those points in Supremacy. If you don't know what Supremacy and how to win in it, well, if you die, you lose 40 points for your team. If you kill someone, you gain 40 points for your team and they lose 40. Gaining a base, well, of course, it's simple. You gain an X amount of points per second. The first team to 1,000 wins, or first team to lose all their tanks loses. Now, if the ticker goes off and someone does finish off the enemy tank and they get the ticker first, well, they still win, even if you kill them all. Right now, we're going to be supporting our team on the D side, playing a sniper kind of pesky little role here. I do love this style with this tank. Probably the most significant play style that I think it's very similar to is the Brask. If you enjoy the Brask, I definitely recommend getting this tank, or even playing down the entire line. It's very fun. Even at tier 7, it's that pokey, little, pesky, annoying 2-shot that everyone totally loves to get shot with. And the alpha is quite nice. I mean, you're guaranteed to almost do 800 damage per clip. That is quite a nasty clip. I mean, your max rolling is 463. That's pretty dang nice. Imagine max rolling 2 shells in a row. That's... kind of maximize your damage there. But yeah, if you love the Brask, you're gonna love this tank line. They're almost pretty much the same thing, except these guys are a bit bigger. The tier 7 is more of that sneaky style, like the Brask. But the tier 8 all the way to tier 10 is kind of more of that brawly side that you can have in the game. Now, we are going to be hunting down the last 2 players, and I am going to be testing the auto aim with this tank and seeing if it actually is decent, like some light tanks that I love to spam the auto aim with, because I don't know why. We bounced the rear of the frog. Are we going to get him again? Yep. We finished him off with the second shell. That second shell. And look at that armor. That weird troll armor that sometimes can get weird angles. I think about going for an HE shell, but, you know, I'd rather maximize the damage I can. Oh, have we missed a shot? Bad aim. Bad aim. Bad aim. We're just going to go for it, guys. Because we want to get as much damage as possible. We want to hunt him down. That's weird. The shell landed there, yet the aim circle looked like it was somewhere else. Gotta love that RNG noise. Gotta love it. Alright, we had a great, phenomenal game for our first ace tanker. I think this was like my second, maybe third game in the tank. We had 3,280 damage dealt. We blocked 2,005. There's 2 tanks destroyed. We damaged 5 with securing the golden arches. We had a nice amount of profit made on XP and credits. And had a fun time with some decent players on our team doing what they can and helping the team win. Alright, we're going to be on Yamato Harbor. Another really fun map to play on. Especially for tanks like this, where you can kind of use both sides, but preferably C side. Again, it is supremacy. We want to try to get those bases. We want to stop them from being able to get bases as well. And another hint, if you don't know, guys, well, use HE if you can't pen. HE will stop a cap and reset it. So then, it allows your team to get ahead on points. So that's a comp tip from Purple. Anyways, we're going to be looking to see if anyone's going to be coming up here. Oh, there's a Leo. Looks like we're going to be going straight through there with AP. Poor buddy, we almost hit him for, well, yeah. He's half HP now. So yeah, doing that to tier 9s is pretty fun. You feel like a 183 with your damage potential in a clip. It's kind of like the VZ, the Resonorante, whatever you pronounce that thing. You just gotta dish it out. It's honestly fun. Oh, there's a frog. Try to track him there. We're gonna try to go for a turret shot. Ooh. Ricochet. But it was a good attempt. We don't want to get hit by that guy because he's gonna take off our HP. He has a potential of one-shotting me. Or severely making me hate my day. Put one round into him. Just to make sure he knows we are there. Could have put around into the prog, but I'd rather be able to pen my shot. Ooh. Let's clean up the Leo. Let's get him off the battlefield. I don't want him here anymore. We are 2 tanks at, it's pretty even. They have more points than we do. How do they have more points? Interesting. Anyways, we have a cap now. We're going to be gaining points. And of course, they are going to be ahead of points with the kills. That's what it is. Oh, yeah. Come on in, A3. Oh, shoot the light tank. Yes. And let me track you so I can put in 2 rounds into you, making you a one-shot for my team. We're up to 3,000 damage almost. And I totally forgot Tyrannos is on the other team in this replay. Oh boy. That means we gotta pay attention because he is a decent player that, well, I love platooning with. Did a few comp seasons with. So I know he has a special play style, especially with the tank he is using. And are we gonna finish? The E1 could I think he ruined our shot. Is that gonna mess up the game? Who knows? Ooh, look at that E3. Unlucky. Very unlucky. We see that he's backing off, so now we're going to go for a clip reload. I do not want to face an AMX in a position where he's hold down. A tank is nasty hold down. We want to be able to aid my team in a way where... Oh! Hit the stupid pike nose thingy. Not pike nose, but the pointy part of his tank. Ooh, let's look for it. Ah, don't pen. So yeah, this tank, it's a great at being a support role, kind of being that annoying, pesky little guy. We hit his ammo with HE, cool. But we do finish him off, being able to deal that clip. We're gonna make our presence known here, kind of be like, hey, my Conqueror's here. I have a clip, even though I don't. And then I'm gonna go this way to get behind the AMX. Because I know he's going to want to try to clear that Conqueror. I can get behind him and put shells in. There's one. Conqueror with a fire. Let's go. And we finish off Tyrannos. We're up to 4,000 damage here. Are we going to be able to get 3 extra damage with the prog? Oh no. Are we going to get that? Oh goodness, the extra 3 damage. Nope, we don't. The other guy gets him. That's a decent game. We supported our team, went to places that we could aid them from. We played aggressive even though we were reloading, like, hey, I'm here, you come out, I'm gonna punish you kind of attitude. Did Tyrannos know that I shot? Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. And even then, maybe he didn't even know my full reload, if I was done or not. He doesn't want to lose those 800 points. Or HP. Again, securing those golden arches, and a nice amount of experience and credits. And of course, helping the team secure that win. And great job to the T1 Heavy, the Conqueror, for surviving that long, and the 1A3 for dealing out a decent amount of damage, and the E1 staying in the game. But sadly, why'd you jump in front of my shell? Anyways, let's get stuck into the last replay. Alright, we're going to be in a platoon with KGB in the clan Ellipse, which I am in. We were having quite a fun time, actually, platooning with this guy and the TVP. Quite a toxic combo. I also platooned with Tyrannos, and he used the Caro. That was also another very toxic platoon setup with these two tanks. Anyways, we're going to be taking the hill in Castilla, because that's what you should be doing as a medium tank. Take the hill and get your vision out. Try to spot those TDs. Try to get those mediums bled. And if you spot those mediums, TDs, shoot them when you have a shot. Lowering their HP is going to be able to help the mediums push them and get better vision on the enemy TDs, so that the heavies know where they are, and you know as a TD player, so you can get them out. But anyways, as a medium tank, you want to try to stay alive as long as possible up here. And if you see that it is a losing situation on top, I would definitely recommend backing out. Looking for that lower plate on this guy, hiding ours, making him with it, and we connect the second shell on his lower plate, allowing our TVP to be able to finish him off. No. But he makes him a one-shot. Now, a lot of times as a one-shot tank, a lot of players go, oh boy, I can't really do much, I'm a one-shot. Any tank that is alive, no matter how much HP, your gun can still be effective, your presence can be effective. Just try to play safer. Any gun is valuable. Presence is valuable. Now we're going to take some shots at these E100. Ooh. We're going to split the sea and let that shell fly. Didn't go where I was really wanting to aim there, but we're going to get another shot. And track him there. Split the sea again, and he misses. We're almost up to 2,000 damage. I see an opportunity to be able to push with the Chieftain right there. Let's go for a finish on the Project Murat. We're going to dump that. Speed boost. Oh, and he's here. And we track him. Sadly. We're going to dunk into cover here. PvP finishes them all. Oh, that voice crack. Ugh. Dry voice. I need water. I put my water bottle. Can't see, my lights are all off. Kind of a misplay here. I tried going for this guy when I should have just gone after the 1B. But we do put a nice round into him. Oh no. Now we got an AMX coming after us. We're gonna track it. Yeah. He sadly connects one more shell, but we put two into him. We're down to a one-shot. 121. Could be hunting us, but he decides not to, which means we have a chance with our two shells to finish him off. Oh, there he goes. I was trying to catch him off guard. He tries coming up, but he doesn't. The Badger gets finished off, which means I am in not a great spot. I'm going to line myself up with the rock here. Use the cover I can. I do not want to get cleaned off. My gun is still valuable. 2 versus 4. Are we going to go down in history? 121 misses the hatch. I reset my camo and I make a move. If I was spotted, I pretend I go that way. And now we're going to go see if we can find the 183 and put pressure on it. The Chieftain on a hill is awesome. They're going to have to bleed to move up that hill. He has gun depression. He has good pen. There he goes. He clears off that medium, which gives us a huge advantage because that tank has very nice DPM. He now has 2 E100s to deal with. Alright, doesn't look like the 183 is up here, so we're going to climb up top the hill and get a reset on is probably the 1A3 in the base. Hold on, what? He's right there. Oh, looks like he is finally awoken from his sleep. We're gonna get the heck out of here. Right now, the E100 could be coming off to help the 1A3 finish me off, and then they can all tag team the Chieftain. That would be their best bet of victory, or capping it out. But really, is it a true victory capping it out? We bring him down to a clit amount of damage, or 2 shot for the Chieftain. And sadly, I did not see his turret move in the gameplay. But on the replay, his turret is moving. So, a little difference in the game. We are gonna go find the Mark 6. Since I can't move tanks in spectator mode, I have to go follow him. Alright, let's see what he does here. Oh, there it is. 1A3 misses. Kapuya! Chieftain finishes off and secures the win. Alright, so we deal 4,157 damage. We blocked 640. We damaged 6 tanks, destroyed 1, securing ourselves the Golden Arches and a Confederate medal there for that game. We do make a decent amount of credits and experience. And of course, second on the team, the Chieftain did clean up nicely with those E100s and securing the win by killing the 1A3. Luckily, that 1A3 did miss. And honestly, not a bad team. Everyone kind of put in their effort. I'm not sure about that guy down here with that 0 damage. Maybe he got ammo-racked. I don't know. I don't care to check. Anyways, guys, what do I think fully about this vehicle? I think it's worth it for any player. Right now, this vehicle, in my opinion, is kind of broken. I believe it will probably get nerfed by the end of this update. Maybe in 2 updates. I don't know. It's a strong vehicle. It's an even stronger vehicle in the hands of a very good player. If you're good at the Brask, you'll definitely be good at this tank line. That's all I can say. If you don't have the Brask and you want to know what it's like to play the Brask, I definitely recommend trying out the AMX-13N24. And if you really like that tank and its pokey playstyle, and if you like the Tier 8, and the Tier 9 and the Tier 10, you might want to get yourself the Brask, because that tank is phenomenal of a collector tank, aka wants to be a premium, which it was, but Wargaming decided it wasn't. Anyways, stupid decision by Wargaming. But honestly, guys, this tank is worth the grind. I loved each and every tank. I will have a video for the AMX. Currently, I'm still working on the Iraq and the Project Louise, which means a lot more people are farming damage there. But anyways, this tank's fun. Get it. I recommend it for almost any player. It's a pokey little guy. It's useful, and it gets things done. Just be careful to not run in front of tanks like I did with the 1A3. Alrighty. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.